Hi, I'm Tammy Homegardner. I am a career coach, Forbes Contributing Editor, and the founder of the Job Search School. And today we want to talk about how to boost your confidence during a job search. The first thing that I want to tell you is you're not alone. Everyone has confidence issues in some aspect of their life. And the reason for that is simply that we all can't be perfect. We all don't know everything in life. And so it's the things that we don't know very well that usually cause confidence problems. But you know how you get around this? Just like anything in life, you got to put yourself out there and you got to practice. You know, the old saying comes to mind, if you don't try, you won't succeed. So, in order to gain confidence, you have to take the first step, put yourself out there, and give it your best try. Now, there are reasons why you may lack confidence in your job search, and we need to uncover those reasons so that we can begin to solve them. So one of the main reasons that I see that people lack confidence in the job search is because this is simply not something you do every day. Most people have a job for a year or years, and they haven't had to put themselves out there like this in a very long time. So it's just simply something you're not used to doing, and it's going to take a little bit of practice to gain confidence. Number 2, you were never taught how to job search. You know, if you're a person who did go to college, you know, they teach you all the book smart stuff, and that's all great and good, but very rarely do they teach you real life things, like how to actually communicate with people and put yourself out there, how to conduct a job search, what works in today's job search. When you're lacking those type of skills, you're going to lack confidence. So the key there is we want to get you those skills so that we can take away that problem. Number 3, it's pretty much inevitable in a job search that you're not going to face some sort of rejection. We all do. You're not going to get the interview every time. If you get the interview, you're not going to be the chosen candidate each and every time. It's just not going to happen for one reason or another. And so you have to know ahead of time when you get yourself in the job search that you are going to have to face some rejection. You have to know that everybody faces some rejection in the job search, and you don't want to allow that to chip away at any confidence or self-worth that you have built up just because you got rejected. Being rejected is a normal part of the job search. And although no one likes rejection, you need to look at it as an opportunity. It's an opportunity to learn. It's an opportunity to figure out what went wrong so that you can do better and grow. Now, a lack of confidence can actually snowball because having a lack of confidence can actually turn into bigger and bigger problems for you in the job search. Because what will happen is if you don't actually gain the confidence by learning and you try to fake it, that's going to make things even worse. People can see through fake confidence very, very quickly, and that will work against you. And having confidence in yourself can be the difference in the person who gets the job and the person who goes home empty-handed. So we really, really want to work on building your confidence up. Now, here are a couple of the common traps, the common confidence traps that most people get caught up in their job search. Number 1, you try to overcompensate for your lack of confidence, as I was just talking about, and then what happens is you come off very disingenuous. And, the cultural fit and your personality are also a big part of you becoming the chosen candidate. They, of course, want to make sure that you have the skills and the abilities to do the job, but they also want to make sure that you're a company fit. And if they feel that you are not a genuine person, you are fake, etc., that could cost you the job. The second confidence trap that you could get caught up in is constantly comparing yourself to others. when you sit there and you try to compare yourself to others that you see, or, competitors that you see, and so forth, that's a bad trap to get into, because when you are lacking confidence and you look at someone who seems very put together, you will compare yourself to them, and immediately you will put your own self-worth down because you think they're perfect. But let me tell you, nobody is perfect. We see a lot of times people that go into a job can have the perfect credentials on paper. And so what that basically means is they can have every single requirement in the job, listing to a T, but the personality just isn't a great fit. They could be a very gruff person. They could be a very argumentative person, that doesn't get along well with others, causes lots of drama in the work atmosphere, etc. There are so many things you don't know about that person that you might be looking across the room, sitting in an interview waiting room, thinking that they're going to beat you out of the job when in fact they aren't perfect after all. So you need to always stop comparing yourself to others and stand on your own skills and strength. Because when you do this, your good personality is going to show. You got this. Number 3, you may be a person who's just not comfortable bragging about yourself. You feel, you don't have that personality where you feel like bragging is a good thing. You may have even been taught as a child not to brag. But there are ways to present your accomplishments, your skills, your self-worth, your strengths, where you aren't actually being very braggadocious. You are telling a story. So what I'm going to teach you is the best way to go about that, especially in interviewing, is tell your accomplishments in story format rather than having to just list and recite them, because that's when bragging sounds like bragging. So you need to learn how to present your accomplishments and your strengths in a storytelling format, and you want to be proud of those accomplishments and stand behind them. And the 4th confidence trap is being paralyzed by fear. So many of us just let fear overtake us, and when that feeling comes along, it's not a good feeling, so it just paralyzes us, so to speak, and we don't do anything properly. You don't want to let the fear overtake you, because if you spend all of your time fearing that you will fail, you will fail. As I said, realize that everyone has to face rejection now and again, and that's just part of the situation. So don't fear it, embrace it. And number 5 is don't be your own worst enemy. If you're a person who dwells on the negative, people will run from you as fast as they can. No one likes a negative ninny, and no one wants to be around a person who's constantly negative. So I can tell you, if you are a person that is always on the side of the negative, you will not be good at the job search. You've got to get rid of the negative and replace that with the positive. And I can show you just how to do that. So if you want to learn more about boosting your confidence in the job search, just go ahead and click on the link here to register for my free Job Search Masterclass. In that masterclass, I'm going to teach you a ton of tips and strategies of how to be your best self in the job search, what you need to know to succeed in today's job search, and I'm going to give you a complete job search plan. So don't wait. Go ahead and register right now before you get distracted and you forget, because this is really important for your job search. I look forward to seeing you there on the presentation. Thanks for listening and have a great day.